Hey guys, welcome back. It's Viv. Today I prepared another pick a card reading for y'all. Today the reading is going to be on who hates you and why. So this doesn't necessarily need to be like an individual person. This could also be a group of people. If you're just like, who's hating on me at school or at work, or just take whichever situation applies to you in this instance. Okay, so there are 4 piles here. Pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just pick whichever pile you're most drawn to and fast forward to the timestamp in the description box below, and I'll see you at your individual reading. Okay, let's jump right into it. Hey group number 1, if you chose the lapis lazuli stone, then this pile is for you. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Okay, group number 1. So I think I'm getting what's going on here. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Moon, Justice, 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, the Fool, 10 of Pentacles, as well as 10 of Wands right there. So I think this is likely a friend situation, or someone is just very salty that a friendship situation with you didn't go as they wanted it to, or as they hoped it would. Because the prominent card sticking out to me here is the 3 of Swords. So that's why I'm thinking it's a friendship situation. I feel like this person is salty about the fact that you've kind of moved on from this situation. From this, whether this is like a friendship situation or like a work situation, this person is salty that you've already packed up your bags and left because you've kind of outgrown whatever this is. You've probably outgrown this person, whoever is hating on you. With the Moon card here and the Justice card, this might be a Cancer or Libra who's hating on you. Or just this energy. Someone is very, like, they're not just salty, they're, how do I put it? They're, like, angry at you. They kind of harbor this resentment because they feel abandoned. They feel like you did this to them. Like, you cut up their friend group, or you just walked away from something that they thought you had committed to. I see you as the Fool. I see you as kind of like this innocent, more childlike energy who's just trying to have a good time, who moves on when you've outgrown things, once you've already learned things. When you learn things, you move on, basically, group number 1. You're not one to linger. Even if you've committed to something, when it's the right time to move on, you know that you should move on. So I feel like this person is just salty because it was time for you to leave, time for you to pack your bags and get out of there. Yet they still wanted you to stick around for some reason. They still wanted you to stick this situation out, whatever it is. Whoever this person is, they feel hurt. They feel left for dead. They feel like you abandoned them for some reason. Yeah, you're this innocent energy. I feel like they're also salty about the fact that you were able to reap rewards out of this situation and then just move on with that, as opposed to them who've been in this situation all this time and have actually lost stuff, as opposed to you who have actually gained something from this experience. They haven't taken much out of it except this hatred for you, which is their loss. I feel like this is their loss, literally, and that's why they're so salty. They're just having a moment. They don't really know what to do about this. I think that they harbor this resentment, that they kind of keep it hidden. If you know this person, you probably wouldn't know that they hate you. They probably try to play it off so they don't seem like the weak one, like emotionally. They definitely are keeping these feelings hidden for sure. They don't want you to know. because they know that they're in the wrong kind of about it. They have this deep insecurity because because they didn't learn anything from this experience. They haven't grown much as a person, and they're jealous because you experienced the same situation, and yet you were able to take something away from it. You were able to make something of it. You're able to learn a lesson and outgrow it, kind of, and move on. But they're still stuck in it. So that's why they're mad at you. That's why they hate you, group number 1. So that's what I'm seeing. Who are they? As I said earlier, they could be, I'm seeing like they're either an air sign or a water sign, just because there's just some prominent air energy here with the swords and the justice card, as well as the moon. Anyways, group number 1, that's like the bulk of what I'm seeing for you. So this is someone who is in one of your friend circles. I'm seeing like this is likely either at school or at work. This is someone who is probably more of an acquaintance, though, just because there's some type of distance here that you have with them. They're not someone you'd see every day. They're most likely an acquaintance, but there is definitely some emotional investment. So they're probably like either an acquaintance or a friend. A friend. I feel like they stalk your Instagram for sure. Because with the eyes here at the moon, they're harboring this resentment, right? I feel like this person is still like watching you kind of from behind the scenes, or will still like try to, keep updated with what you're doing, just to see like how far ahead you've come, like how much you've grown, and to keep up with your success. Basically, they keep perpetuating like this self-hatred. They almost fall into their own trap, because I'm seeing like with the moon card, this is a cycle that they have going on within them of like hatred towards you. But yeah, this is definitely like involving like a friend situation. It could have been that like you stole a friend away from them, or they feel like they introduced you to someone who they really liked, and then you got to know them as well, and then that person liked you better, or something like that. I feel like, because this is definitely like a third party situation, or it's more than just you two. There's someone else in the mix here who is like also like influencing the situation. Group number 1. So let me pull an outcome card to see like how the situation is gonna end. Okay, group number 1, because this is pretty interesting. I'm feeling like this person is just resentful of the fact that you were able to get ahead when they weren't, that you were able to make something successful out of a situation that they came out of with like emotional debt or loss. Pretty much they came out of it less of a person than they were going into it. They're like devolving, basically. The 9 of Swords. Okay, so this card is a card of heartbreak, regret. I feel like this situation is just gonna end up being one of their biggest regrets. But like they would never tell you. Like this is something that they're gonna keep inside of them probably. They wouldn't tell anyone this because it's just like embarrassing. It's like their own fault, because the sword energy, all the sword energy here. This is probably an air sign person, I'm not gonna lie. This is there's some strong air energy here. Or the situation. The situation itself, there's a lot of like miscommunication or misinformation going around. Like maybe they had like false beliefs about you, or maybe they misinterpreted you. Maybe they thought they had you figured out when in fact they really didn't. Maybe they underestimated you and like overestimated themselves in this situation. But whatever it is, like this is them coming out of it like feeling a loss, you know what I mean? Feeling a loss. For you, the situation coming out of it is gonna be that like you've gained something. I feel like you're gonna come out of it feeling more empowered. I think this situation is gonna make you more aware in the future of how you could piss people off, not intentionally, you know, by just being successful, but also like haters are just gonna hate. So you really don't have anything to lose. Like, people are just gonna do what they do. This person is gonna regret it later on, you know what I mean? Once they realize, like, that they didn't really have a logical reason for hating you. They just were kind of jealous and envious of, like, your success. I think group number 1. So, yeah, that's all I'm getting for you. If you like this reading, you can like, comment, or subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. See y'all later. Bye. Hey, group number 2. So if you chose this pile, then this reading is for you. So you chose the Morganite crystal. This is a crystal that's really great for love. If you're drawn to this pile or this crystal, it could mean that you're in need of, like, some more love in your life, or more like emotional stability, possibly. But let's just jump right into your cards, shall we? Okay, group number 2. So I think this person who is hating on you is someone in authority, or someone who's probably technically, like, above you. This could be at work. This could be like your manager, or like another, like a colleague of yours who has a higher position up in the company. Yeah, like someone who has a higher position or upstanding, someone who's more respected, someone who's probably more credible than you are. But this is the type of situation where they kind of resent you because they don't want to be left behind. They don't want to be the one who ends up in the long run being left out in the cold. They know that you're intelligent, group number 2. They know that you could probably, like, updo them with, when it comes to, like, your mind and your intellectual capabilities. I feel like that's why they hate you, because they know you're smart, or they know that, like, you could outrank them. That's what it is, like, outrank them in the long run. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is the type of situation where this person is trying to stay ahead of you, is watching you, trying to make sure that the Wheel of Fortune keeps spinning in their favor. They're trying to be, like, one step ahead of you. Maybe this is also the type of person, okay, I'm getting 2 situations. This could either be someone at work who is higher up than you, who kind of doesn't trust you and thinks that you want to get ahead, or this could be the type of situation. This could also be someone who, like, asked you out, possibly, or someone who kind of likes you, but they know that you're, like, out of their league or something. The reason they hate you is because they respect you. They're, like, jealous in a way, but also they're kind of just upset that you didn't accept them, or that you didn't accept their help if they offered to help, or whatever they offered. I feel like they offered you something, and then you kind of, like, because the Page of Cups, like, this guy's offering, like, that cup. I feel like they offered you something emotionally. That's why I'm saying, like, this could be a situation where someone, like, asked you out, or someone gave you hints that they liked you and you were just not interested. It could just be that, plain and simple. Or this could also mean that, like, this person hates you because they feel like they are misunderstood, that you just didn't get them. But either way, this situation, I'm seeing this pile, like, whatever this is something that's not, like, too intense. This is something a bit more, like, this isn't, like, an extreme hate. They're more just, like, I feel like this is something that's pretty petty with the Six of Swords here. Like, you're gonna come out of the situation, whatever the situation is, both parties are gonna come out of it intact and not really, like, hurt. With this card here, what's kind of getting at them is this imbalance of power, whether it's, like, them. That's why I said, like, if they did ask you out or offered you something, they felt like you just, like, walked away from it, or that you just abandoned them. Or not even abandoned them, but, like, you didn't accept it, you know what I mean? You didn't accept accept them for who they were, or you just didn't understand at the time. But like whatever this is, this seems more like a misunderstanding, and then now they hate you. But I'm not seeing there being like any really like strong beef here, other than the fact that like there's some competition here going on, whether like romantically or at work, you know. Maybe both of you guys are interested in the same person, and the Wheel of Fortune is gonna like determine who will turn out like on top. The power balance might be swayed here depending on karma, because judgment, I feel like, because I don't feel like you're completely in the right either. Group number 2, I feel like there's just a misunderstanding. This person might be an air sign, because there's like both these cards are air cards. They could also be a fire sign too, but whatever's going on here, I think it'll fizzle out soon. I'm not seeing this situation as being like some major beef lasting for like a long time. I'm seeing this more as something that's very like short term, something like that you shouldn't give too much thought. This person is just like, they'll just sort it out on their own. This is like a really petty thing, group number 2. So if you pick this pile, this hater, they might move away, honestly. Like if they're leaving, or yeah, because the situation will fizzle out once both of you guys just move on from this, or they. But I feel like whatever the situation is, like you'll have a lot to take away from it, group number 2, because the Judgment card is usually like associated with karma and like learning like major life lessons too. So I feel like whatever this person taught you, it's meant to be. You needed to have this experience so that later in life you'll be able to tackle something else, or you'll be able to handle a different challenge that is similar, or that presents a situation that you'd only be able to deal with if you had dealt with this first, okay? So I feel like that's the pearl out of the situation. The takeaway for you is that you'll be able to handle something bigger, something that's like not as petty going forward, group number 2. So that's an accomplishment. Okay, let me pull an outcome card for you, group number 2. See how this will turn out. But as I already said, I don't think this is anything like too major, like any situation that's too dramatic. Definitely something that you can handle, group number 2. You're pretty smart. You can hash this out with this person like if you need to. Okay, so we have Page of Pentacles. So yeah, this is going to be a good lesson for you to learn. I feel like, yeah, the takeaway is going to be like a new kind of skill that you get. You know, being able to deal with people better. This is just going to improve your people skills. Like the lesson for you, just like take responsibility for what you did. That is, if you did anything. Because if they're mad at you or they're hating on you for something that you didn't even do, then that's like totally different. But if you gave them the impression or led them to think something about you and you are aware of that, like that's kind of your own fault. You know what I mean? Group number 2. But yeah, I think going forward in the future, you'll just be more like aware of like how to deal with these types of situation or these types of people. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing for you, group number 2. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, you can like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye. Hey, group number 3. So if you chose this pile, then this reading is for you. So you chose the aquamarine here. This is a crystal of truth, of communication. This hater might be like talking shit about you. They might be talking a lot of shit about you. This person probably has some strong opinions about you. Whatever the situation is, like they're talking about it. You probably know about it. You probably know who this person is, or already have like a good guess. But let's jump straight into your cards, okay? Okay, so the cards we have all laid out here include the High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Four of Cups, the Hierophant, the Nine of Cups, the Tower, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so there's like an imbalance here. This person is competing with you for the same thing. This is both you guys. You're competing for the same thing, but for some reason, like either you have an upper edge or like they had an upper edge. Okay, I feel like you're pretty rational when you're around this person. I feel like you're the Queen of Swords. You're a very logical person. Group number 3, and you usually like don't become involved in these kinds of situations. But this person is starting some beef. This person is starting some drama. This person has, you know, definitely a lot of built up feelings about you and about like whatever went on between you two. There's also the Tower card here. So there is the potential that this could blow up in your face, you know, if this is like at work, if they've like been ratting about you to like the other colleagues and customers. This could be this type of thing that comes back to haunt you. So, like, definitely be careful with this person. I feel like they just don't know where you're coming from. They just can't see your side of the situation. This dispute, though, is something like, it's something monetary. This is about money, okay? This is about resources, monetary power, okay? So if this is at work, it makes sense. This might even be a family member, okay? I'm seeing, because there is like, this could be someone who is related to you. It doesn't have to be, but this is someone who knows you pretty well, okay? This is someone, because even though they can't really see where you're coming from, they're saying some bad stuff about you, but they think they have like good reason to, whether they do or not, like, is kind of, who knows, but this is the type of situation that could escalate if you don't deal with it firsthand, okay? If you don't address it soon, it will come back and blow up in your face, okay? The Tower card represents the toppling of something, of old systems, traditional ways. This is a card associated with Aquarius and with revolution, okay? So something is gonna cause the topple. Something is gonna just break between you guys if things escalate further. This person, you know, as I said earlier, they could be a water sign, because we do have like the High Priestess, the Four of Cups, Nine of Cups. There's definitely some water energy here. Or this person just has strong feelings towards you. Either like they really hate you or like there's some emotional factor in this situation. Like it could be that you hurt their feelings, but this person is in their emotions right now. They're not being logical about it as you are. You're trying to approach the situation from the Queen of Cups standpoint of being just very clear, practical, and logical about things, whereas they are kind of approaching it more from this stance of like, they feel like they just know they're right. Of course they're right, because their feelings are hurt, so they feel like whatever caused that needs to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand how they are hurting their own emotions, okay? I feel like this person, like, their emotions are valid, of course, but I feel like they weren't necessarily like brought on directly from you, okay? This might be the type of situation where they're mad at you, like they hate you because you did something that was like non-intentional. Say like I'm just giving this example. Say this person is a friend and you said you're gonna pick them up from work or something like that, and then when the time came, you just couldn't, right? And it was just like a misunderstanding, but whatever it was, you did all you could, you know what I mean? You did all you could for them, and yet it wasn't enough, you know what I mean? Yet they still feel like you should have pulled your weight, or you still kind of owe them something. That's the thing. I feel like they still think you owe them something, because even though you probably like got them mad for something that wasn't like your fault, they still feel like you should apologize, or that you should still make the first move. Group number 3. Yeah, they're kind of just in their emotions right now. They're not seeing the bigger picture, because they're not even like taking into account like your perspective. okay? Like, they still think that you had something to do with it. Like, maybe this person was involved in, like, became, like, the butt of a joke, or is, like, the subject of a prank or something like that, and they feel like, even though you weren't directly involved, like, you still, like, indirectly kind of caused it to happen. There's something, it could be that kind of situation, but whatever it is, they feel like there's still an imbalance. They still feel like you owe them something, whether you do or not, okay? So let me pick, like, an outcome card, because this is actually a really interesting reading, group number 3. I'm curious to see, like, how it will end, like, if it will escalate further, or whether, like, you'll be able to just deal with it, and whether you'll be successful in explaining, like, your side of the situation or not, or whether they'll ever kind of forgive you. Because I feel like this person isn't the type of person who easily forgives. The person you're dealing with, your hater, is someone who has strong emotions, someone who doesn't forgive or forget, okay? They just don't. They take it personally. They're very sensitive. Okay, when their emotions get hurt, like, they get hurt, they go after whoever hurt them, okay? And in this situation, like, that's you. Or they think it's you, okay? But, because I'm not really sure. Because I think you just did all you could, okay? Whether, even if you screwed up, you still did all you could, group number 3, in whatever situation this was. And they're just not seeing that, okay? Like, they just don't understand that. They feel like you could have just been there for them. They feel like you weren't, they think that you think that they don't, that their emotions, like, don't matter or something. That you just walked over them, walked over their emotions. That's what I'm seeing there. So, just waiting for a card to pop out. But this person could also be an earth sign, though, too, just because, there's a lot of water energy here with the High Priestess, 4 of Cups, 9 of Cups, but there's also, sorry, it's kind of blurry, like the Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the 6 of Pentacles. This could also be an earth sign, too. But whoever this is, though, they just have some strong feelings, okay? That's how you know. Like, this is someone who's just, like, in their emotions a lot, has trouble distinguishing between their opinions and facts, for sure, because you are the facts. You are the Queen of Swords. You are the logical person, at least when you're around them, okay? That's how they view you. But they also view you as, like, someone who just doesn't have any regard for emotions, someone who just kind of will just stab you in the back, and just not care. They see you as someone who just doesn't care, who has that kind of air quality of just not really caring about what other people think, okay? You might be an air sign, or you're just, like, they kind of view you as that kind of person, as someone who's very, they view you as someone who would be, like, a negative. They view you as someone who would exhibit the negative qualities of air energy, which is to be, like, really shallow, really dry, just non-emotional, cold, cruel even, or just someone who just doesn't care about what other people's emotions are, pretty much, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? When dealing with this person, you need to approach them. You kind of might need to baby this person, okay, a little bit when you are trying to explain to them your side of the story, okay? You might need to explain to them as you would a child, because they just, there's no other way to get it into their head. This person is really stubborn, probably a bit closed-minded, or they're just like closed off. It's hard to like get through to them, okay? So just when handling this situation or this person, just use caution, okay? Group number 3. Okay, the Magician. Okay, so as an outcome card, interesting. Okay, the Magician, this is another card that kind of is associated with Aquarian energy. Okay, what struck me kind of, what I just noticed, is that, this is the way I saw it. Let me show you guys. Okay, so what I noticed is like she's raising her hand, her sword, as if she's kind of like declaring something, okay? When I noticed both these cards, both these people, these air sign energies are kind of raising their hand as if like they're up in the right, okay? So this could mean that you're in the right, group number 3, or it could mean that like, it could mean that this person will confront you, like eventually, about whatever the situation is. But when they do, you're gonna have the answer, okay? Like, you're gonna have the answer within you, okay? Even if they don't end up confronting you, the way the situation is gonna come out is like you're gonna find the answer within you, group number 3, and you're gonna execute it, okay? You're gonna do what you feel is right, okay? This is a card that deals with judgment and character, okay? So when it comes down to it, you're gonna do what you believe to be right. And whether that involves taking this, escalating the situation, like taking it to a higher court. What I mean by that is like, if you're gonna drag the situation out until this person gets it, or until this person just comes clean as to like why they're unfairly hating on you, like you're not gonna give up, okay? You're not gonna give up so easily. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna do what you believe to be right, regardless of what other people think, regardless of what other people are saying about you, especially this hater, okay? You're gonna do what you do best, which is doing the right thing, group number 3. Okay, that's all I'm seeing for you. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, or subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye. Group number 4, my last pile. You picked the amethyst. So this is a crystal, if you're stressed out right now, that makes sense, because this crystal is one of the best crystals for just detoxing, for relaxing, de-stressing, purifying, especially like emotionally. If you're just feeling like emotionally like chaotic right now, or you're just stressed out, like this makes sense that you would pick this pile and the amethyst crystal. But let's just jump right into your reading. Let's see what you got. Okay, group number 4. So what we have here is the Devil, the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the 4 of Wands, Ace of Cups, the Hermit, and the Hanged Man. Okay, so this hater could either be like an earth sign or a water sign. There's also some fire energy here too. There's like no air energy, so I'm not thinking this person is an air sign. Group number 4, most likely they're an earth sign or a water sign, because there are 2 cards here associated strongly with earth energy, and that's the Devil and the Hermit. This card, the Devil, is associated with Capricorn. The Hermit is associated with Virgo. Okay, so this person could be either of those signs. But we also have the Hanged Man here, and this is a card associated with Pisces. So they could also be a water sign. Okay, this person hates you because you're able to successfully cultivate something, whether that be like a successful career, relationship, like whatever it is. But they're having some Capricorn issues with you, okay? Let's be real. They feel chained up because of their hatred to you. They feel like their own limiting beliefs are holding them back. Actually, though, like, they might not even realize it, though, but yeah, their limiting beliefs, their own hatred is holding them back. But they're having some issues with you dealing, like, with money, career. There are two cards here that are kind of like the Six of Wands and the Knight of Wands are both really fiery, creative energies, possibly. Like, they could be jealous because you're more creative than they are, that you're just like a funner person. But this person is definitely like jealous in an earth kind of way. And what I mean by that is like they are jealous of like the things that you have that they don't. So like your social status, like your reputation, they're kind of jealous that you have a really good reputation, okay? You're someone who's known for being very victorious, very successful, someone who is very reliable also as well. I can see with the Seven of Pentacles here, you're someone who is very patient, is willing to wait a long time. I feel like this person just isn't like patient. They kind of have they're pretty rash, impulsive. They'll just like jump into things whenever they feel like it. They can't really stick it out in the long term. And that's why they hate you, okay? They hate you because they're kind of jealous. They might be an earth sign who's like jealous of you for like having these good earthy traits of being like very patient, very successful with like your career and money possibly. But also I feel like it goes beyond that because we have the Ace of Cups here. There's definitely like with the Ace of Cups and the Hanged Man, this person almost feels like cheated out of their own rewards because of you for some reason. I feel like why they're pissed off is because they couldn't even see it coming. Like, they didn't even see it coming. And also, I feel like they just, like, they're hung up on their own problems, you know what I mean? Just by themselves, not to mention, like, their problems with you. I feel like this person thinks about you a lot. Even though there's no air energy here, I feel like this person thinks about you a lot and kind of wishes that they could be more like you, honestly. But also at the same time, like, they don't want to be like you. Like, they hate you, okay? This person is chained up. This person kind of is conflicted between the two. Between respecting you, like everyone else, and just, like, disliking you, okay? Maybe they hate you because you gave them some advice in the past. Maybe you gave them some advice on how they could be more successful and they kind of took it the wrong way. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you tried to give them some like friendly advice in the past and they just took it the wrong way and thought that you were just being critical of them. You know, it could be that because this person is really sensitive when it comes to people talking down to them or people in authority who are just more successful than they are. They're just more sensitive and less receptive to receiving like advice, you know, like critical advice. I feel like this person though just has a lot of self issues, okay? This person just has a lot of shit that they need to deal with on their own. Like, yeah, they hate you, but I feel like that's not the whole picture, okay? There's so much more. There's a lot that they don't even like about themselves. And I feel like you just represent everything that they wish they could be, okay? And that's why they hate you. Because they can't, like, live up to what their own expectations are, to what they wish they could be, okay? They have trouble with that. I feel like this person just honestly needs some help. Because with the Hanged Man here, this person struggles to find who they should be and also, like, to set, like, realistic expectations and goals for themselves. This person might be, like, a bit of a dreamer, might be up in the clouds too much to really take concrete action on things like you do. I feel like you're a pretty, like, grounded, like, down-to-earth person, group number 4. Like, you know how to get things done, you know what I mean? And if that means like pissing someone off, like you're you're like, whatever, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I need to get it done. No matter how it gets done, like, I just need to get it done. And I feel like they hate that attitude. That's really like the root of why they hate you. They're just resentful of the fact that you're just A, more successful than them, and B, just aren't chained down by your own limiting beliefs. They're resentful of that fact because they are themselves. They are hung up still on like their own dissatisfaction with themselves and with like who they have grown to be and like the goals that they haven't been able to achieve, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me pick an outcome card for you, group number 4, to see how the situation is going to turn out. I feel like this person just needs to do like a lot of self-work. I feel like this hatred, for as much as it's directed out at you, I feel like it's equally directed like inward for them, okay? That's what I'm seeing with this Virgo card here, because Virgo is the sign that, you know, as critical as they can be of other people, they're even more so like critical of themselves, okay? So I feel like this person is taking on that trait because they just have insecurities about themselves, okay? This is the type of person, they hate you because they hate themselves, if that makes sense. We have the Ten of Swords, okay? This isn't anything to be scared of. This is a card that's extremely necessary in this situation. This person needs to die before they can be reborn again. I feel like this is the type of situation where this person has just gotten so out of control internally, you know, with who they are. They just don't know that this situation is going to allow them to start afresh, okay? So this person is going to experience an extreme, like, transformation from this. I feel like you might also come to some realization about this situation or about this person that also allows you to grow, allows you to transform as a person, because this is a card that deals with transformation and rebirth. This could also signify death, of course. This could mean that you guys, you know, obviously may like stop being friends or just separate, you know, but I'm really seeing this as like something that's really positive, okay? This person needs this energy right here. This person needs to get out of this, to get out of their head. They need to unchain themselves, okay? They need to unchain themselves and unhang themselves, okay? This man is hung up. They need, and the only way they can do that is by starting afresh, okay? Is by rebirth and personal like transformation, okay? This person is going to come out of it. Your hater is going to come out of it realizing, you know, obviously like what they did was wrong, but for the reason of dissatisfaction with themselves, okay? So this person is going to just come out of it with that takeaway, which is a big takeaway. I feel like your takeaway is also going to be starting afresh, starting something new. Maybe you guys will just start, like after this all comes out, maybe you guys could just start over with a new relationship or start afresh, you know, like bury your grievances and all your past hurts to just like move forward and help each other grow. I feel like this situation has the potential for your hater and you to come out as friends, you know? Not like for all though, because this is a general reading, so like just take what resonates, but for the most part though, I do see this being like a friendly resolution, okay? Even though it looks like this person is like dead on the ground and stabbed, this is a resolution, this is a rebirth, okay? This is, you know, something coming to a close, something coming to an ending, okay? I think this is representing an ending of the beef and the drama that you guys have had together, because this person is just gonna have to grow up, okay? This person is gonna have to grow up and find themselves and find like a new identity. And they're gonna grow a lot from this, probably like more so than you are, but like you're both gonna still like learn a lot. For sure. So yeah, that's all I'm seeing for you, group number 4. Thanks for watching. If you like this reading, you can like, comment, or subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye.